the annual demand. Okay, annual demand for the item is 5,200. 5,200. And then the carrying cost or holding cost is 28% of the unit cost. Okay, so the carrying cost now is a percentage from the unit cost. Okay, and then the ordering cost are $200. Okay, $200 per order. Right, so now you have to identify what is the EOQ and also what is the order quantity is the best. Okay, when you see here, roughly basically when you see here, so you can see the lowest is $96. Okay, should you order $96, which is you have to order 1,500 and over, or maybe the other quantity. Okay, we don't know until we do some calculation, right? Okay, so we have different different range, different price for different range. Okay. Okay, because of the carrying cost is given based on percent of the price or unit cost, so the formula is quite different. Okay, but if the carrying cost or holding cost given directly means that it's fixed for every unit. Doesn't matter how many how many quantity that you buy, the holding cost is same per unit. So then you don't have to use this IP. Okay, so this one, okay, just use H. Okay, but if the holding cost or carrying cost given based on percent of the price, then we will change it to the IP. Okay, I is a percent, that percent too, and then P is for price per unit or cost per unit. Okay, right, so where you get the price per unit based from this table, price per unit, $100, $98, 96. Okay, right, so different range, different price. Okay, so it's actually the first one, this one for ordering cost is same as before, and then only different here because of the holding cost is given based on the percent of price. Then we will change H to IP, and then in quantity discount model normally we will include the product cost, total product cost. Okay, right, so then you can see the difference there, right? So other than that, it's same lah. Okay, so when you change H to IP, then also when you want to calculate the EOQ, you want to identify the EOQ here, then we will change H here to IP2. Okay, so everything for holding cost is we will use IP. Okay, percentage given and times by price per unit. Okay, all right. All right, so now we the steps. Okay, steps in analyzing a quantity discount. Okay, so start. So you should start with the lowest lowest possible purchase price. Okay, so we will start with the lowest one. In this case, we have 100, 98, 96. So we should start with 96 first. Okay, and then using that purchase price, we will calculate the EOQ, and then we will identify which one is the feasible EOQ. Okay, all right. So because sometimes you will see that you will find out that there is an infeasible. Okay, so I will show you. We will do it together. Okay, after this. All right, and then after that, then we will calculate the total annual cost. Okay, after we identify the Q, and then we will calculate the total cost for the based on that feasible range too. Okay, all right. Okay, so to help you to understand more, then we will do this for this problem together. Okay, right? Okay, so we have a different range for different price for different range. Okay, when you buy more, then you will get discount more. Okay, so first, remember first you have to identify EOQ, and then identify the feasible range for EOQ, and after that we will calculate the total cost for each the feasible EOQ. Okay, all right. So now, right, this okay, so first you have to highlight the important information here. Okay. Okay, suppose that annual demand for the item is 5,200 and carrying cost is 28%. This is I, I is 28%. And then ordering cost $200. Okay, and So we get this information. Okay, so D is what? 5,200. D is 5,200. I is 0.28, 20%, isn't it? S is, how much for S? $200. Okay, so $200. This is all the information that you need. And then, okay, so first we will start with the lowest price. Okay, so lowest price is 96. Okay, so we will start with this. Q, so difficult. You should write Q96 so you're not confused. Okay. Alright, so for Q91, 91 pula dah. 96, alright. So we will use this formula. Okay, so 2 times 5,200 times S 200 times by IP 0.28 times price 96. Okay, and then the second Q is, this is Q2, Q with the price of 98. Okay, alright, so square root, so you all have to calculate this. 5,200 times 200 S divide by 0.28 times 98. Okay, and then the last is Q 2 times 5,200 0.28 times 100. Okay, so they get quantity for each price. Okay, we get Q1 quantity for 96 and price 96.
I got 278.
Okay, 278. Q2?
275.
275. Q3?
272.
272. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now you can see 278 for price, the best, the optimum quantity for price with price $96, they should buy at 278. Okay, but however, when you want to buy at the price $96, you should buy 1,500 and more. Okay, so you cannot buy 278 at this price. Okay, so this is not feasible. But you can increase the quantity to 1,500. Okay, all right, because it's lower than the range. Okay, so you can increase the quantity to 1,500, even though that is not the optimal quantity, but still possible. When you want to calculate and calculate the quantity, then you can increase the increase the quantity to that the possible quantity. Okay, so the second price 275, you can check 275. Yes, it is in the range. Okay, so this is feasible. Okay, you can use this value, the value when you want to calculate the total cost later. Okay, so the last one is 272. So 272 at the $100. Okay, so 272 is more than the range. Okay, so more than range means that you cannot increase and you cannot the quantity, you cannot lower the quantity, but you can increase that. Okay, so in this case, totally you have to ignore that you $100. You cannot buy with it for this range. Okay, you should buy more than 100. Okay, when you want to buy 272, automatically we get a price 98. So it's not possible for you to buy 272 at the $100. Okay, all right, so this is totally infeasible. You cannot use this, but however, this one is lower, but you can increase the quantity to 1,500. Okay, all right, so now you already get the EOQ economic quantity order for every price. Okay, so now you have to calculate the total cost. Yeah, okay, total cost for each price. Okay, total cost 1, okay, which is for $96. Then we will use this punya formula. Okay, total cost di demand 5,002 divide by for Q1 quantity is 1,500. We cannot use 2,078 because we cannot buy 2,078 quantity at the price 96. Okay, plus times by 200 plus 1,005 divide by 2 spacing. Okay, 275 increase to 1,005. This is 278 and then 278 correct or not? This is 278 and this is 275. Okay, is it correct or not?
Correct.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so now total cost. Total cost 1 for 96. Okay, 5,002 divided by 1,005 times 200 plus this is 96. I don't know why. What's the problem? I cannot write 96 here in this slide. Okay. $96. Okay. Plus price times by demand, annual demand. 96 times by 5,200. Okay. To calculate here. TC total cost 5,200 divided by 275 plus 200 times 275 divided by 2 times by 2.93. Plus 98 times 5,200. Okay, then you don't have to calculate Q3, okay, because Q3 totally not feasible. Okay. This is 0.28, 0.28. Okay, did you get the value? Total cost for 96, how much is it? How many?
I got 520,053.
520
053. 53.33.
Oh, tak bagi kita ambil because this is zero pula
520 053.
53. 0.33. Okay, kita we round up. Okay, 533. Okay, the second one
517
Okay, 517
154.
154. Okay, 517 154. Okay. Alright, so
Dia 0.82 but nak round off jadi 516 518 or
eh
517 155. Kalau round
155.
off. Kalau round
Now
off.
155 lah kan?
Mm-mm.
Alright. Okay. One five five. Right. 157, 155. Okay. Alright, so based on these two total costs, okay, you will choose because this is total cost. So you have which one that you have to select is the one that with the lowest total cost. Okay, so compared to 517 and 520, you can see that this is the lowest total cost. So the company should select the price range with 98 price 98 unit $98 per unit, okay, because this is the lowest total cost. That but if you compare relatively, of course you can see when you buy 1,500 units, is the compare quantity to quantity, you can see that 1,500 is, I mean that the lower compared to only 275, but the difference is only 3,000, about 3,000, isn't it? But it still depends on the number of the total cost itself. Okay, right? So the company should should get the discount at $98 and buy at the 275 quantity. Okay, for those who do this calculate this amount, okay, you can see the difference when you calculate total cost for the total cost for the price 96 and total cost for the price 98. You can see the difference for holding cost, annual holding cost and annual ordering cost. Okay, you can see that when you calculate for the second total cost, when which one that you use the exact number from the EOQ, you can see you will get the equals amount, okay, for the this one and this one. Okay, you should get equals to. Okay, but for this one that you don't use the EOQ, because you have to increase up to the minimum number for that discount price, you will get a difference between this and this. You can see that the value is different, but this one equals to. Okay, alright, so that's what it's okay as long as you get the minimum total cost, then we select that one. But it's not necessary that when you use the EOQ, that is the lowest total cost. It's not necessary. Sometimes you will see that even though you get the difference between the annual holding cost and annual ordering cost, there is a difference, but still sometimes you will find out that is the lowest total cost. Okay, so for discount model, it depends to the lowest total cost. Okay, doesn't matter whether you use the EOQ value or you use the minimum number for that quantity range. Okay, as long as that is the minimum total cost, then we select that one. Okay, so in this case, we suggest for the company to buy between 2,000 to 1,499 unit at the price of $98. Okay. All right. Any question? Okay. If you don't have any question, okay, this is all the answer. Okay. So this is graphically visualize the calculation. You don't have to draw this graph. Okay. This is for only to explain. Okay. You can see that this is a different total cost, okay, for different price, and then the range here. So this is the initial price 100. You should buy less than 1,120 units. Okay, this is the range for the second price. First discount price 96, and the last one is for the lowest price. Okay, 90. This is 98. This is 96. Okay. You can see when you calculate, you get the quantity here, so it's not feasible. The second one is feasible. The third one not feasible, but you can increase up to the minimum value. Okay, all right. So the possible order quantity. Okay, so you select the lowest one. Okay, so you buy 278 at the you suggest to buy 278 rows at the $98 per unit. Okay.